Are you thinking about moving to Central Austin? I mean, imagine being able to hop out on this trail every morning for your exercise. You don't even have to get in a car to go anywhere. How about walking to a coffee shop or a grocery store? That's what Central Austin life is like. So today I'm going to take you around the Central Austin area, just north and south of the river, this beauty right here, and show you 6 properties, new construction, so you can know what to expect if you're looking for a new home in this area. Hi, I'm Nicole from my tiny Maggie Falls, just like you. Now, as fun and convenient as this sounds, keep in mind there are some trade-offs, and I'm going to tell you about those as well. So by the end of this video, you'll know if it's the right part of town for you. And hey, if you want expert advice about real estate in the Austin area and the Gulf communities as well, just hit the like button and subscribe so you'll get the information first. So some of the best things, the pros about living in Central Austin, apart from this beautiful water that runs right down the middle of it. People go kayaking, paddle boarding, even a little bit of fishing here. But the rest of it is you can walk to most anything or bike. And you can get to restaurants, you can get to live music venues. I mean, look at that downtown. You can get pretty much anything done there by way of restaurant, live music, event venue space. Right across the street, we have the Zach Scott Theater. We have Butler Pitch and Putt. I'm going to take you to that in a little while. So it's that excitement, the energy. It's got this outdoorsy vibe. Everybody's active, wanting to get exercise. They've got dogs they're exercising with them. It's just a really cool part of Austin to be in. And people pay a premium for it. So if you want to live somewhere walkable and very convenient to downtown, then, you're going to, and you want a 3-bedroom, you're going to expect to pay, in the multi-millions for that. The further away from downtown you go, the less expensive things get. I recently sold a home to a family that moved into the Zilker area, and they keep thanking me because they've said that they've not only found a healthier lifestyle, that they found a community that they fit in, and it's just so active, and they're just so appreciative of that lifestyle that Zilker creates. And then I have another client that bought in Clarksville, and they walk to the coffee shop every single day, and they tell me about how much healthier their lifestyle is, that they don't even have to get in a car to do some of their daily activities. Well, what about the financial side of things? I mean, Austin continues to grow, so even in this slower time this last year of 2024, Austin is still holding on the median sale price, and these communities that are closer to town hold their value quite well. In fact, I had one client buy in Bolden Creek 10 years ago, and their property has gone up 120% in value. Not too bad. Now, of course, no neighborhoods are perfect, and I told you I was going to tell you about the good and the bad. So first of all, the cost of living is high. I mean, I've told you we're in the multi-millions here, so in relation to our median sale price of Austin, which is around $610,000 right now, when you're in the multi-millions, that cost of living is high. Second of all, it's pretty busy, which means it can get pretty loud. There's a lot of activity going on at all hours of the day. So you have to be really tucked back in one of these communities for it to be nice and quiet. So keep that in mind when you're looking. You probably don't want to be right off SoCo. And finally, let's talk parking. Parking is a struggle. Not every house has parking, so you're going to see a lot of parking on the street. And it just makes for a busy street. Also, you may not have a place to put your car. Even in some of these luxury properties, they don't have a proper garage to put your car in. So that's one of the drawbacks a lot of people find when you're looking in these neighborhoods. It's just there's so many cars parked on the street, and sometimes you don't even have a parking garage. I had a buyer a couple years ago that bought really near SoCo, and they were so excited to be around everything so cool and restaurants and the Continental Club and stuff, but then they decided after a couple years it was just too loud. There were always people parking in their street in the way, and it just bothered them too much. They needed to get somewhere more quiet, so they moved out to Circle C. But anyway, you get the idea. This property here is an unusual one to find in this part of town. It's actually a townhome. So this new construction, you're going to get a little bit more value because it is connected in the middle. However, it's still pricey. It's still listed for $3,600,000. puts it around $1,200 a square foot. It's 3,000 square feet, 3 beds and 3 baths. It is a Dick Clark design, and he has become super popular in architectural design as of late in Austin. So his design alone demands a premium in this contemporary style home here. So if you want to get a little bit more value and be right in the heart of the kind of central Austin, this is kind of the West 6th vibe. This is what you can expect, $3,600,000 townhome. Here's another angle. You can see the rear unit back in the back up there, so you can see how they're attached. The garages are in the middle. But another thing that brings value to this home exactly is this pocket park across the street. Everyone's always willing to pay a little bit more for a few less neighbors and a park that's just a stone's throw over the street. So that's your Dick Clark design in the heart of Central Austin. This is the second property on the north side of the river. This is about as far away as we will get to our 15-block radius that we're talking about for being accessible to the town lake and all the walkable districts. So this one here is a single-family home, no attached walls. It's listed for $3,250,000. Puts it at $1,150 a square foot. It's about 2,800 square feet, 4 beds, 3.5 baths. It does have a pool in the back. It's got kind of an average size lot for this part of town, but you can see how close it does get to the boundaries. In other words, they've used every bit of the impervious cover and FAR square footage I'm imagining. And this one was built by Cobb Development. So right here, single family home in the Clarksville area, $3,250,000. Now this one here is located in the heart of Bolden Creek, and yet another style of opportunity you can buy. We're in a little condo community here. As you can see, it's just a little pocket condo community. They are built like single family homes, no attached walls or anything. And this one here is listed for $1,329,000. That puts it about $650 a square foot. It's 2,000 square feet, a 3-bedroom, 3.5 bath, and this is a story-built community. So you can see there are more than one type of style of home that you can get in these central urban neighborhoods. And this one here, when they're condoized, when you own a percentage of the whole, you get a little bit more value for your money. This next one here is in the northern portion of Bolden Creek, and that just means closer to the lake, so more expensive. This is a new construction by Olsen and Doffendorf Custom Homes and Stilinski Design Build. It was actually designed by Rodenberg Design. This one here is listed for $3,890,000, puts it at $1,300 a square foot. Highest price per square foot that we're seeing today. It's about 3,000 square feet. It's a 4-bed, 3.5 bath. It's on a good sized lot though at 0.18 acres, and it does have a pool in the back. And if we look next door, we can see that they're getting ready to build something brand new right here. And then we can look across the street and see the variety of types of homes. The one directly across the street there is somewhat new. We have an original home there, an original home there, and it just constantly changes all throughout these urban parts of town because the neighborhoods were established so long ago that now it's just making more sense, instead of remodeling a home, to go ahead and raise the home and start over from scratch. The developers are doing that more and more, and a lot of times you'll see an AB unit on a home, or a condo, a 2-unit property that's been made into a condo so it sells easier, less rules with the city permitting, but that's the way developers are doing them. The ones have been showing you today, most of them have been single families, standalone on their own, and those always bring a premium value because you don't have to share anything with someone else. No shared walls, no driveways, no parking lots, nothing like that. So everyone typically wants their privacy, and they want to be as close to downtown as possible in this city. Because why? Because our downtown is cool. Live music, water, kayaking, running, jogging, coffee, you name it, downtown is where it's at in Austin. So how would you know if a neighborhood is the right one for you or not? Well, I'd recommend spending some time there, sometimes at different times of the day, like when it's time to commute to school or when you commute to your job. Go on the weekends, early on Saturday morning. What does that look like? How about Saturday night? I've even had a couple of people kind of rent Airbnbs in different neighborhoods for a weekend just to kind of feel the vibe before they actually pull the trigger and buy in a certain neighborhood. Now this one here is in Travis Heights and it's actually still under construction, but it's a single family home. It's set to be on the market in the next few months. This one is listed for $3,050,000. That puts it about $860 a square foot. It's gonna be a 3,500 square foot property, 3 beds, 3.5 baths. And this one is by Kotera and Reed Architects with Alta Design Partners. We've got that minimalist modern design, kind of going a little bit farmhouse style on this one. And this one will be available to move in very soon. All right, we have come to our biggest and most expensive. We're in the heart of Travis Heights. We're in kind of the northeast corner, closest to the lake, SoCo, and all things city, urban design, Austin. This one here is listed for $5,325,000. Puts it at $1,100 a square foot, but it's 5,000 square feet, and there's a beautiful swimming pool, and it has a great view in the back. It's a 5-bed, 5.5 bath. It's on 3/4 of an acre. It's got that modern urban design, all the textures with the metal roof, the wood paneling, siding, and garage, and then the brick structure there in the front. This is by Kotera and Reed Architects, and Alta Design Partners were the ones who put it together and built it. So this part of town, it is as urban as it gets, yet being still in the neighborhood. You can hear some noise around. There's a lot of construction going on in the area because this part of town is turning over as quickly as developers can find a lot to do it on. So that's a wrap. The good and the bad about these Central Austin walkable communities by way of new construction homes. If you'd like to know more about the communities, comment below. I answer them all myself and would love to hear from you. I mean, after all, we're always here to help you find the perfect home that matches your lifestyle. Until next time, be kind to yourself and others. I can't wait to see you around town.